Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and if you're new, thank you for checking out the video today. So, first of all, happy Easter to anyone out there that celebrates Easter. Second of all, yesterday evening for us in the UK, we got the release trailer for Battlefront 2, the full-length one rather than the small little one. This is the reason why I'm doing it this morning, because it came out quite late here. But I am going to show you the trailer all the way through this time rather than just the small little clips that we had last time. And then I'll just say anything that I need to really afterwards. And most of it's going to be what I've already said before, but it'll be very brief anyway. So I'm going to let you watch the trailer, so enjoy. I'll see you at the end.
I've waited 30 years for this. I still remember my last orders. The day the real war began.
The rebellion cannot be allowed to persist. Weren't expecting special forces. That's the point, Sergeant.
Impossible.
Commander, what do we do now?
We avenge our emperor.
Resistance. Rebellion. You will burn his ideas away.
Hope cannot save them.
Okay, so there you go. That was the full-length trailer for Battlefront 2, or the first full-length trailer we got so far. Um, I've got to say, from what I've seen of it, it looks pretty damn impressive. It looks a lot better than the previous Battlefront, to be perfectly honest. And I was expecting that. So most of the stuff I'm going to say here briefly is stuff that I kind of said before, but as you may have guessed from the trailer, we now have all the eras, which means we have the Clone Wars, Galactic Civil War, and also the New Era, which is all about, the Resistance and First Order. Um, we have a campaign now in the game as well, which is all about basically a soldier after the events of the Battle of Endor, leading up to the beginning of The Force Awakens. So it's basically all I believe it's 30 years gap between that, which is kind of exciting. So we're going to see all that. Most of that trailer, as you may have guessed, was um, like trailer gameplay, I guess, for the campaign. Which, to be honest, looked quite interesting actually. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. We also had a new glimpse at one of the new planets there, which you would have seen the AT-ATs walking across. It's well, I guess it's Imperial. I'm not certain actually if it's Imperial or First Order. I think it's Imperial, owned planet. It's been made specifically for this campaign. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that's going to be like. Also, this campaign is actually a canon, so the actual Star Wars story campaign. So that's going to be interesting to see how it ties in perfectly with the actual films. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Um, but that's mostly all that I covered before. Um, I think I may have covered before, but I can't remember. Space battles are making a big comeback in this apparently. Um, you may have noticed that in the old Battlefront we had one DLC that did take some form of space battle, and that was the Death Star DLC. And I think also the Scarif one might have done. I didn't really play that one much, but yeah, that. But it's coming back in a big way in this apparently. And as you can see from this picture here, which is why I left it on this deliberately, we have actually got, as you can see, like the droids, so the CIS ships there in the background. And then I presume those are meant to be Republic ships, either that or Imperial Star Destroyers. I'm not certain which. I think they're Republic ships though. Um, but yeah, there you go. And just to prove that this is all errors, you can see here that they've got all the errors with like one person from each one there, which is pretty cool. Um, but that is mostly all that I needed to cover in that regard. Also, if you pre-order this game, you get some like costumes or something for Rey, Kylo Ren, and so on for the new film, The Last Jedi. I presume that would be the same for Luke Skywalker and stuff, but I don't know. It's some sort of pre-order bonus like that. I don't think you actually get any new heroes from it though, so don't expect that. But anyway, that's the small stuff. The slightly newer small stuff, which I haven't really got anything to show you of, but if you watched the panel yesterday, then you would have probably seen them talk about this and also slightly show this off. They showed off an image of Camino, which, if you don't know, is obviously the planet where all the clones were made during the Clone Wars. And they showed off a picture of that, which was showing like a few clones shooting at droids and also clones diving across to other platforms on the map Camino. If I can find that image for you guys, as of at the moment, I can't, but if I can, then I will show you it in another video in the future. But it looks pretty interesting. So it shows basically how Camino is going to work. It also shows a I don't know if it's meant to be Obi-Wan Kenobi or just a general ship um, flying away from Slave One, Jango Fett's ship on Camino, which proves that they're obviously going to have some form of sort of like ship battles around the platforms on it, which will be interesting. Uh, and yeah, well, it looks very cool, that map, from the little images that we see. Yeah, I'm kind of excited to see some actual gameplay of it. So that's that. We also have a new leveling up system in this game now, where you can actually level up all your characters and you can choose specific classes now, rather than just what it was before, which was just a general character and you choose any gun you wish. So you now have specific classes and things for this game. They haven't really gone into a lot of detail for it, but that's what they said. Um, you can also obviously play as the droids, the clones, the First Order, the Resistance, the Rebellion, and the Empire. So yes, you've got a lot of choice there. And also, to finally finish it all off, we can apparently customize and level up heroes and villains now, um, which is interesting. I want to see how the leveling up works. So I don't know what it's going to do, but it'll be interesting to see if maybe force powers or something become more powerful over time. We'll have to see. And the other last bit of information, which I completely forgot that I was going to say, is that this game has like local co-op, split screen co-op, for like just general play against bots. I believe it is against bots. I'm not certain, but I think it's against bots. This is only for the PS4 and the Xbox One, so you won't get this on the PC. But if you do play in this mode, which is what I quite like about this, is if you play in this mode, you any level up that you gain or whatever you get in this game for leveling up your characters and heroes, it can be carried across to the actual online multiplayer, which is very, very interesting. And I'm glad they're doing that because then to me it makes it so that the local co-op is not pointless, effectively, and actually has some point to me. So that's interesting. There's no word on whether the game modes are going to be like Conquest from the old Battlefronts or anything like that, and there's no word on a Galactic Civil War. Um, is it Galactic Civil War? I think so. I can't remember if I got this the wrong way around or not. Um, but I'm sure people know what I mean from Battlefront 2, and it was also in Battlefront 1, like the old ones. Is it Galactic Civil War? No, surely not. I can't remember it. I forget it. But anyway, um, that game mode, which I actually used to play quite a bit, which was rather fun. There's no word on any of that yet. I'm sure we'll find out quite soon, especially with E3 coming around the corner. We'll find out quite a bit more on that. And hopefully, I'm keeping my fingers crossed for this, we'll have a ground to space battle included in this game. I'm hoping. I mean, it looks slightly possible. I don't know if it's going to happen, but it looks slightly possible. It'd be interesting to have something like that, though. And I mean, they had it with the cancelled Battlefront 3, so there's no reason why they can't really have it in these games. So we'll just have to see what happens. But hopefully they will add it in because it should be added in. I mean, come on, let's be honest here. um, but yeah, we'll find out about all that, I'm sure, in the next coming months. This game now has a release date as well, of November the 17th, I believe it is. Don't quote me on that. Um, Something like that. Anyway, so it's coming up then, so not for a little while yet, but you'll see it soon. As for this game having a beta, it is apparently going to have a beta. There's no date on when the beta is going to come out yet, but there will be one. So you will get to play that a little bit beforehand. Also, another thing that's popped up recently, as like this morning for me, um, was that this game will not have a season pass, which strike me as absolutely incredible. Especially as, this is practically EA we're talking about here. But apparently there's going to be no season pass for this game, and they haven't quite figured out what they're going to do in regards to DLC yet. It surprises me that, but one of the representatives at DICE said that the reason they're not having one is because with the other Battlefront game, it split the community in quite a big way, and they thought that it didn't work well. So, I mean, the only way that you're going to stop this whole split community thing, in my opinion, is if you just gave out all the DLC for free. But I can't see how that's going to work because EA and DICE and all that will obviously want to make money off of the extra content they put out. However, we have seen free DLC in the past with like Titanfall 1 and that, but I have no idea what they're going to do with this game. I guess they'll do something interesting. Um, but yes, there you go. So that's that really. This game does look a lot bigger than the last one, like huge in comparison. But to be fair, it's got three companies working on it this time rather than just the one, which makes a massive difference. I'd like to point out. Um, so I think it's going to be very good, and we'll see how promising it really is when it comes out. Um, but it, to me, already sounds very promising compared to the previous one. Uh, However, I need to see proper gameplay rather than just general trailers like that. I need to see some actual gameplay of someone playing the game. Like at E3, they normally do this, so I'm hoping we'll see that at E3 and we'll be able to see what the gameplay is actually like, which will then give me an ability to kind of judge it a bit more. Um, but from what I've seen of it so far, it looks very impressive. It looks very good. The visuals look just as good as the last one, which you would expect anyway. Yeah, well, there you go. So that's pretty much it. Um, we'll see what else comes out in the future too. I presume we'll get something quite soon. Um, E3 is normally around June time, so we'll see if we get anything before that. Probably unlikely, but you never know. Yeah, so when it comes to E3, I'm sure we'll get quite a lot of new stuff, and I'll be sure to update you then. But if there is anything that comes out in the future, then I will update you on all of that, obviously beforehand. And if that picture does come out, and a few more of the details come out, like the class systems and that, then I'll create a video talking about that for you guys, because obviously it's quite important and relevant. So yes, I'll do that when that sort of comes out. But at the moment, I can't see any of that because they haven't released any of that. So yeah, you'll just have to wait in that regard. But anyway, there you go. So that's Battlefront 2 coming along, and I'm looking forward to it, and I'm sure a few other people are as well. But anyhow, if you did enjoy the video, then please leave a like. I'd appreciate it, and let me know what you guys think of the new Battlefront. Do you think it looks good? Or do you think you want to stay away from it because you don't trust EA after the last Battlefront, which I can understand? Or, um, well, just tell me what you think. Anyway, I'm gonna go and see you in the next video, so I'll see you then, guys. Bye.